Kansas Senator Roger Marshall explains why he's opposed to the Ukraine aid package now making its way through the Senate. One America's John Hines has more.
Well, we're here with Senator Roger Marshall, Dr. Roger Marshall, and of course, sir, you are celebrating the victory. And people know that the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, won the Super Bowl. But Kansas City, Kansas, probably most of the players actually live in Kansas City, Kansas. Is that right?
That's right. Most of them live in the Kansas City metro, many on the Kansas side, play over in Missouri. But they've been my boyhood team since Super Bowl I when the Packers beat us 35-10.
And I know I have heard you talking about the Kansas City Chiefs for some time, and you are a loyal fan, and you never questioned that they could go all the way, right?
Well, listen, it was a tough year, and we've been underdogs now every game the last month, but it's good to be the underdog. I think the Chiefs embraced it, and it was an incredible team effort this time. 19 players on defense had a tackle. So 19 people wasn't one person. Of course, we have Patrick Mahomes, first ballot Hall of Famer. I get that. But it was really an incredible team effort. I think our coaches, Coach Reed, Coach Spags, can't get enough credit either.
And even though you were in session working all weekend, you seem to be in a very good mood, but your job is not over because you guys are continuing to work on, I guess this is Ukraine aid, right? How is that going to turn out? How do you predict it may turn out? I know you're opposed to it, right?
Yeah, so I'm opposed to it. Let's set the setting here for all of your listeners right now. We're about to send $95 billion overseas before we even figure out how to fund our own federal government. So we're facing another shutdown here in less than a month, but we're going to send almost $100 billion overseas. And I've said all along that we have to secure the border before I would send money to help secure other people's borders. Look, I understand the complexity of Ukraine, but to me, the priority has always been our border. Every day, America loses 300 young adults to fentanyl. The human trafficking, the drug trafficking, all those things are just exploding across the country. Our number one most immediate national security threat is our southern border. We've got to address that first.
So the southern border is not part of this Ukraine aid, and that's principally your objection. Do you think that this aid package will be able to get out of the Senate? And if it does, would it get very far in the House?
Look, I think it will get out of the Senate, but we're going to slow it down. We want Americans to know. We don't want this done under the cover of darkness. We want Americans to know that 2/3 of Republicans object to this bill going forward. And I really don't see any path over on the House. I don't see how it gets through the House right now. When 2/3 of Republican senators vote against it, I just can't imagine finding a majority of Republican House members that wouldn't vote in favor of this either. So I guess it's a messaging bill. I think, again, what Americans need to understand that Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer's priority has always been to fund Ukraine. That's what this has always been about. They were never serious about securing our border.
You mentioned the border a couple times. You have led an effort, and I think you also have a resolution actually on the Senate floor to declare an invasion at the southern border. What has become of that resolution, and what inspires you to take on this unusual step of introducing a resolution on the Senate floor and speaking on behalf of this resolution?
Yeah. So once again, the Democrats have blocked this. The Democrats have unilaterally said they don't want to do this. Why we think we need to declare it an invasion is the Constitution allows, if the federal government declares, if Congress declares this an invasion, it empowers Governor Abbott to do even more. And God bless him and God bless Texas. They're doing a great job pushing back right now, but this would equip them to even do more things. And you have Joe Biden trying to shut down what they're doing actually. You know, whether it's putting up the razor wire or returning people to Mexico, all those things Joe Biden is actually doing the opposite. So by declaring it an invasion, it empowers the governor of Texas to protect his people.
Senator Marshall, it's a pleasure to talk to you, especially on this occasion of the Super Bowl. Thank you very much for sitting down with us on One American News, sir.
You're welcome.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.